Hi everyone, this is Code Crew Meeting 5 and today we're going to go over loops. And the purpose of loop is to allow us to execute a statement or groups of statements multiple times. And there are three common types: while loop, for loop, and nested loops. And today we're only going to talk about while loop and for loop. So while loop is to repeat several statements while a given condition is true, and the common structure is while, condition, colon, and some statements. Here's the flow chart for a while loop. Notice that if a condition is true, this conditional code will execute over and over again until this condition is not true, and it will continue to the next statement. So here's example that you can try out, and this PowerPoint can be found on the Code Crew topic page under Meeting PowerPoints. You can copy and paste the code into your repair.it, and here's my code. So here, this is a variable name. You can set it whatever you want to a value, and then while count is less than 5, colon, print count is less than 5, and add 1 to the count. So notice that what we've learned before is to print in parentheses this string, but right now here's a integer value and here's a string value, so you will use a comma instead of parentheses. So if you run this code, it will print out the statements, and notice that here I have a 5 is not less than 5 because I have a else statement here that print out the count and the string statement right here. So it is basically like add 1 to the count until count is greater or equal to 5. So here's the practice to try out. So it lets you to print the value of a variable x value and decrease it by 0.5 each time, as long as this variable remains positive. You can set this value to whatever you want and decrease it by 0.5 each time. You can pause the video and try it out if you want, and here's the answer. So I set this count value to 10, and then here's my condition. So while count is greater or equal to, as long as this condition is true, it will print out the count value and then decrease it by 0.5 each time until this condition is not true, and it will enter the else statement, which print out the count is negative. So if I run this code, it will print out 10 and then print each number by decreasing 0.5 until minus 0.5 is negative. So right here, because I have set it greater or equal to 0, 0 is appearing right here. So if I delete this one, it will print out 10 and decrease by 0.5 each time until the count is equal to 0. So then we go to this for loop, which is traditionally used when you have a block of code which you want to repeat a fixed number of times. Notice that it is inclusive and exclusive, and the flow chart is right here. So it is basically you enter a loop multiple times, and then you set a number of times it execute, and then goes to the next statement after the times. So here's an example that you can try out, and you can copy and paste it to the repair.it. Notice one thing, that you need to use the language Python with turtle, or else this code will not execute. So the for loop use this for something in something a common structure. So if it is a number, you can use for x. This you can change the variable to whatever you want, a number or a name or a letter in range 5. Notice that it only has a ending value, so it will print out the x value from 0 to 4, which is inclusive and exclusive, meaning that 5 is not included in the range. So this one, there is a starting value and an ending value. So it will print out the x value from 3 to 5. Also, 6 is not included in the range. So if I print out this statement for a letter in Python, notice that you need to add this double quotation marks to make it a string, and then print the letter. It will print out PYTHO in Python. So if you run this code right here, you will notice that these two statements will print out 0 to 4, which means that 5 is not included in the range, and these two statements will print out 3, 4, and 5. Still, 6 is not included in the range. And then here's a practice to let you try out. So it print out, you will need to print out the number from 0 to 6, and then also print out the number from 7 to 9. You can pause the video and try yourself first, or here's the answer. So it is basically the same if you want to print out from 0 to 6, which doesn't include 7. So it's basically like you set this value to whatever you want plus 1. And here it print out from 0 to 6. So the next practice is to print out number from 7 to 9. And it is basically the same, which is inclusive and exclusive. And if you run it, it will print out 7, 8, and 9. So for the next meeting, we will cover loop control statement, which have break statement and continue statement. And here's an example for you to try out. And that's it.